Here, here, two, go! Here, here, two, go!
Good evening, fellow Ambazonians. I salute all una place day, una cafe day. I be una brother Lucas Asu, una the press secretary for the executive office for Ambazonia Governing Council. Today, now number 10 day for the month of January for 2022. As all una know, for some of una I never talk for una again, make I wish una happy new year. For some of una we never hear me, I wish all man happy new year. I want to wish all our people them a happy new year, and our prayer and my prayer for all una. I say make this year it be a year of promise for the Ambazonian people them. Our hope and our biggest wishes for all una. I say make God a greatest blessings it be upon una. Make this year it be a year of promise. The year where it guarantee freedom and independence for our people them. Now our biggest prayer that, now our biggest focus that the thing this way all we would work towards. Now the thing this way the Ambazonia Governing Council, all the members of the Ambazonia Governing Council and the forces of Ambazonia Governing Council that they call and say the Ambazonia Defense Forces ADF. All we our one focus this for the Ambazonian people them for 2023. Alright, make we start with the news where it don't come out for inside the United States. This man where all wanna know the man where they call it say Oga Nagi Tibor. Mr. Nagi Tibor, the former US Undersecretary of State for African Affairs. He don't always stand for the Ambazonian people there. He don't always talk about the plight of the Ambazonian people them, and he don't always call Cameroon out for their atrocities them and all the crimes say poor beer in the committee for Ambazonia. Ogana gitibo, just as all we will believe for God, we believe for a higher power, we believe for what they call and say infinite intelligence or the universe, all we, it no matter how you believe them, but all man get their own belief. Ogana gitibo, when a Christian, an American, and a Christian, he too don't start 2023 with a prayer for Ambazonia. Make we bring on the prayer, Ogana gitibo, he pray for Ambazonia. Una year, ma bring a phone. Mr. Nagi Tibo, he talk say, he start a message. He start and say, Ambazonia, praying for 2023 will show dramatic progress, alleviating the suffering of Southern Cameroonians. And then he talk say, unity, at least of purpose, among Ambazonian leaders, and recognizing Cameroon government that their policies will never defeat the Ambazonian spirits. Oganagi Tibo talk say, it pray say make 2023 it been a year where Ambazonia they see big progress for end the suffering of our people them. And then he talk say his second prayer for Ambazonia and I say make Ambazonian people them they get unity, at least unity of purpose among the leaders. And then number 3, it talks say the Cameroon government it must come to its senses for recognize I'm say their current policy for Ambazonia it no go ever defeat the Ambazonian people, their spirit. Again, when I remember which I don't tell you now. The thing where God not fit do am, it need to exist. The thing where God enough fit do am, it need to exist. As they talk am, with God, all things are possible. With God, all things are possible. That's why they take talk am for the big book for the Christian people then. With God, all things, they not talk say something, they talk say all things are possible. With God, all things are possible. The thing where God not fit do am for a people then, it need to exist. 2023 Ambazonians, now in a year of promise. 2023, now the Ambazonian year of promise. For that promise for manifest itself, now we, the Ambazonian people, them, must conduct ourselves for deserve that promise. Now we, the Ambazonian people, them, we must conduct ourselves for deserve promise. Blessing, that's something where you must earn them. Blessing need to come for you anyhow. Now how you conduct yourself, now you go determine whether you receive blessings or you receive a curse. Hallelujah. Make a repeat them. Now give me a moment here. I'll arrange this thing down, align them fine, okay? For life, now how you carry yourself, now how you conduct yourself, now you go determine whether you be a blessing for this life or your life be a curse. I'll repeat that one more time. Now how you conduct yourself, now how you carry yourself, now you go determine if your life could be a blessing or your life could be a curse. Now you the choose, not be a God. God a purpose now for bless you. But you fit choose for be a curse if you choose for not be a blessing. By your own conduct and by your own behavior. Life won't favor you. The universe, it won't favor you. They create you now for be a favor. But you fit choose for do the opposite. And when you choose to do the opposite, you will choose to be a curse for life. So while God, life, He already decided, say 2023 in a year of promise. Now how you and all we conduct ourselves for make ourselves for receive that promise, for receive that blessing, for receive that freedom, for receive that independence, for receive that sovereignty. Now how we conduct ourselves. We don't start yesterday, or we don't wake up. When I see this liberation struggle, Cameroon is goal now for make sure say Ambazonian not get independence. Cameroon is goal now for make sure say we will not be a free people. As an occupying state, because they depend on the occupation for the survival of the state of Cameroon. So Cameroon is goal now for stop your independence. Cameroon is goal now for stop your freedom. Cameroon is goal now for prevent you from being free. Now for do everything humanly possible for make us say Ambazonian not be free. Now Cameroon is objective that. Get them for your head. Cameroon no one make you be free. Because your freedom, it take away all the benefits within the reap from the occupation. So they no one make you be free. Any person who will work for the Cameroon government, all the colonial senators, all the colonial parliamentarians, all the people that will benefit from Ambazonian occupation, they no want your freedom. Including your own brothers and sisters where they benefit from the occupation. All the people that will Cameroon don't put them for better position. They no one lost those positions. Because freedom means that they will lose all their privileges. They will lose all these big man things and where they don't acquire them. They will lose all those positions for embezzle, for thief. They will lose them. So make you know say Cameroon recruit those people purposefully for put them for those places so that should in case the people they rise up, those people will be na roadblock them for stop our people there. So Cameroon they use sense. When I talk say that they use sense because the goal of Cameroon now for make sure say they disrupt the Ambazonian liberation struggle. The role of Ambazonian now for make the struggle work fine. Cameroon a goal now for disrupt the liberation struggle by all means possible, including corruption, including bribery. Who they fit bribe them for stop them, they go do them. Alright? Now Cameroon a goal that for disrupt the liberation. Ambazonian is objective now for make the liberation work fine. Because now a conflict. Two sides they fight for ideological differences, for dominance. So the ideology will go dominate. Now it go determine how the people they will end up. If Cameroon succeed by using all means necessary for disrupt the liberation, therefore Cameroon go weaken Ambazonia, Cameroon go weaken our possibility for be a free people, and Cameroon go continue to maintain Cameroon's occupation of the Ambazonian territory. If now we use our own sense, outsmart Cameroon, and then we achieve freedom, we achieve independence, we achieve sovereignty, then Cameroon go lost. So now a war. That war not be not only war for guns, now also a war of ideology, now a war of value systems, now a war of tactics and strategies as to who go win. Clean war no day. Cameroon don't always be known internationally for being the most corrupt country for the whole world. They don't win the number 1 position. I think number 4 times globally as the most corrupt country for the world. So they've been known for corruption. So throughout 2016, when the Ambazonian people rise, the primary weapon of choice for Cameroon is been a corruption. Their primary weapon of choice for disrupt and stop the liberation is been a corruption. They use money for try to buy the first primary leaders in, for the consortium, the leaders for the education, the leaders for lawyers them. They try to enter inside, use money, try to bribe as much of them as possible for stop the resistance for that moment. Some they take their money, some they not take them. But fortunately, as with God, all things are possible for the Ambazonian people then. People like Bala, they signed their deal with Cameroon government. Bala and Fontaine, they signed their deal. People like Patasang, they stand on the principles for secure the Ambazonian people then. They deny. Patasang Wilfred, it denied 400 million bribe from the Cameroon government for call off the teachers' strike as the head of the teachers' trade union. When it denied the bribe, when Bala and Fontaine, they don't accept their own them, as they don't carry them, go put them for the place where Cameroon feel the talk with them. Tassang will be the target because Tassang refused for collect the 400 million with the former Prime Minister, Bouankan Brady. Tassang refused that 400 million. They start for one kill Tassang. Tassang stay for Bush until Tassang reach Nigeria. So corruption, it don't always be the primary tool of instrument for stop and disrupt the liberation. As we know, once the armed resistance start on the ground, the first thing what they try to find out, for bribe the one where they start for carry guns them. They realize and say the Ambazonian Defense Forces, the training where they don't give them for daddy before Dr. Cho launched self-defense. It make them be impossible for bribe people them way they get a national ideology. They get a nationalistic ideology because of their training. That training, it put inside their heart where corruption not enter, embezzlement not enter, bribery not enter. So the Cameroon government therefore go find the other forces where they not get ideology, they not get that kind of training, they not get that kind of education. It use them as a weak link. Now for here, infighting start on the ground. The first case of bribing of forces is start now for Fako. The ADF, the strategy with Dr. Abacho and the AGOFC, it give the Ambazonian Defense Forces as the national liberation strategy. Now for target all the places where Cameroon they exploit our resources. And the first target will be the CDC. The ADF forces, they be go after CDC for crumble CDC and therefore crumble Cameroon their sources for money for Ambazonia. Once Cameroon realize them, say the ADF their focus now for stop all the things that way Cameroon fit get money first for inside Ambazonia. Cameroon now can set up through their agents, they can bring other forces them inside Fako immediately. They can create the mountain lions. The creation of the mountain lions, it not be there for fight for Ambazonia freedom. The creation of the mountain lions for Fako, they create the mountain lions now for use them as a counter force against Ambazonian resistance for inside Ambazonian capital. So mountain lions, it become now a counter liberation force for stop the ADF, make them not destroy Fako, make them not destroy CDC, make them not destroy Sanara, make them not Hamburg, Cameroon for place where make them not disrupt and dismantle Cameroon seat of occupation. Now the creation that of mountain lions. By 2018, once Cameroon don't realize and say they don't lose CDC because General Ivo and all ADF forces them, including Smalley, all them, they are target. They don't destroy CDC, so the CDC don't crumble, or Cameroon don't lost money for CDC. The mountain lions, they come in for stop ADF activities for Fako. As you know, they catch Smalley and the rest, they kill them. By the end of 2018, when Sako don't come in for April for 2018, 4 months after they take Siseko them, Sako come in, they use Sako, and the person that they call it say Fombat. The Cameroon government, they collect 650 million CFA from the Cameroon government. Now the first case this for massive bribery and corruption for Ambazonian liberation. They be asked Cameroon government now 1 billion CFA. Say if Cameroon give them 1 billion, they go guarantee say Fako, say fighting will be for Fako. They go guarantee say no forces, they no go disrupt CDC. They go guarantee say no forces, they no go stop adversaries for Fako. They go guarantee say no forces, they no go disrupt the Supermont. They will place where they make that water Supermont. I hope say I call them fine. They guarantee say all these places where Cameroon they make money, they guarantee say they no go make me be impossible for any other force for can disrupt them. So they ask Cameroon government make it give them 1 billion CFA. They can finally take the first money where they give them. They give them 650 million CFA. The money they give them for Fombat. Before they want give that money, as all una know, all the audios they did for outside for all una, and they just give them a recap and a refresh. Before the one succeed, they don't kill 3 generals them for Fako. They don't kill 3 generals for move them for way because they no one make the big part of it. And those generals they don't deny. So they kill 3 generals before the one bring Sagad. Before General Sagad, they don't kill 3 other generals who therefore be an obstacle to this deal. Then they bring Sagad. Before this deal, they finally close this deal. So General Sagad for Fako, now one of the people them, including Fombat and Sako, and Samuel Sako, they collect 650 million francs for the Cameroon government for guarantees a fight in order for Fako. Now the background is of Cameroon, their corruption, of Cameroon engineered corruption for Ambazonian liberation struggle, for disrupt the struggle from within, for stop fighting for some places, and for give Cameroon the chance for reinstitute normalcy or a return to normalcy, and therefore Cameroon go talk say fighting order for Ambazonia. Cameroon their first weapon of choice now for bribe Ambazonians. So that's why they introduce people them, movements and leaders. Cameroon they create its own movements and inject its own leaders within the Ambazonian liberation struggle, where they be susceptible to corruption, to bribery, and for their longer throat for money than the freedom of the people then. Now the background is of which I want to tell you today. Since that 2018, since the killing of General Ivo, since the killing of Smalley, when I don't see by 2019, all attacks on CDC don't stop. The last money where Cameroon lost some for CDC, it be done for 2019. By 2020 and 2021, They bring in agent provocateurs where they start to give Cameroon some entry back into CDC. By 2020, by the end of 2020, Cameroon start to make money back for CDC. After CDC, Cameroon be make na zero between 2017, 2018, towards the end of 2018. Cameroon government be make zero money from CDC. By the end of 2019, 2020, and 2021, Cameroon don't make money. So that by the end of the middle of 2022, Cameroon don't report a profit of 500 billion CFA for CDC. So all this profit, it need to come that because Cameroon get, if you win Ambazonians, it come because they use bribery and corruption for put forces where they be controlled, and their goal for that place now for make them not live and make the real nationalist fighters make the fight Cameroon. Which it don't happen over the last few months and over the last 2 years specifically. The Mountain Lions, when I don't see their goal now for make sure say the ADF of Fako it not attack Cameroon, it not attack CDC. So they make it be impossible for ADF forces for attack CDC, for fight Cameroon government, for disrupt Cameroon occupation for Fako. That's why the same Mountain Lions, they take General Opopo of Sokadef. They make all kind of conspiracies and kill it. All for make sure say fight in order for Fako. Kill Opopo as part of the bribery and corruption. Yesterday, previously, all we don't can tell now the threats where ADF that they get them for Fako from Mountain Lions. Yesterday, go back. Last week, a company from La République du Cameroun, it don't come for inside Fako, for can start for use machine them for move sand for Fako, for specific blocks them for Fako, for move sand. Before they be one come, they be already go pay bribery to Mountain Lions and all these other forces them when are part of the network of Cameroon engineered corruption within Ambazonian liberation struggle. They don't go pay them this money so that these forces, they will give them the go-ahead. For this Cameroon company them, this Francophones company them, this La République company them, for can take all the money from the Ambazonian citizens by bringing in equipments where go to move sand directly from Ambazonian water, carry them, sell them for Ambazonian people them, and carry some go sell them for La République. Why do already bribe all these other forces, including Mountain Lions? They come for can give the same bribery for ADF forces for Fako because of their nationalistic spirit. They not fit take that money. The ADF forces for Fako, they deny for take that bribe money for allow this Cameroon company for the move sand inside Ambazonian water. So ADF forces they talk say no, this Cameroon company enough fit can begin to exploit Ambazonian natural resources, whereas now that sand now they give the young Ambazonians them. Now they give them the possibility for feed their families. Now through those sand, we were brothers and we were sisters. They move them for water. Now they sell them for feed their families. So when this Cameroon company come now, it go take away what people the ability for earn a living. When I hear this one, when I hear this audio.
Simply because Commander Small Pikin is crying for our civilians so that they end their daily living because all this now because of say Commander Small Pikin next week can put some pump where the pump sand. If they can put that pump where the pump sand, who's our civilians the way they end their daily living, where they go move sand for water? How do they feed their family? How do we do the cook? inside a period like this, inside a period of war like this kind of one. My fellow brothers, sometimes they will need for you to understand.
That one, that General F voice that. Where they give a report of what it go on. When Captain Small Pikin of the Ambazonian Defense Forces for the Fako Brigade, he refused to take Cameroon their bribe. Guess who they come out for can arrest Captain Small Pikin? General Sagat of the Mountain Lions. A Cameroon company, when I get this message, when I see what it go on. A Cameroon company they come for Fako, for can start for move sand from our rivers. Now that sand it feed our communities. Now that sand were people that they take them for make a living of themselves. Now the Cameroon company they come out Douala, they bring machine them. May they come put a pump right for water. They drag all sand them. While people now they know get away for make a living. Those communities where these forces they be there, they make their living from these rivers. Captain Small Pikin deny. Say the interest of the Ambazonian people they must come first. Because that's the thing that they fight for, right? The economic livelihood of the Ambazonian people they must come first. Because that's the thing that they fight for. Give them, right? So Small Pikin refused to take the bribe from this Cameroon company, where Cameroon government don't send their agents for identify all these forces, them bribe them, so that she don't quiet, so that this company now go ahead and no man will go attack them. ADF they refuse to take the bribe. So if ADF refuse to take a bribe from a Cameroon company, now wetin concern General Sagat of the Mountain Lions inside this thing, if they not be take bribe from that company and the Cameroon government? Why wetin for make General Sagat for go arrest Small Pikin from refusing to take bribe from Cameroon government and the Cameroon sand company? If General Sagat he had not be there inside for give this company a go ahead and for take their own money. So Small Pikin deny the bribe. Sagat of Mountain Lions and the Mountain Lion forces they come out. They can't arrest Captain Small Pikin. Torture ye. Threaten for go seize all the guns of ADF forces them for Fako. For disrupt the Ambazonian liberation struggle. Since 2018, 2019, when Sagat don't be there, how many gendarmes they don't be killed for Fako? How many police they don't be killed for Fako? How many attacks they don't take place for Fako? If the Mountain Lions will be there for Fako to fight for Ambazonian, like fighting the beef for other places, and they not be there for enable Cameroon and collect and help Cameroon for use bribery and corruption through their agents. Today, CDC, enough for the go back where Cameroon they make profit. So take the Ongute the knock hand for chess. Not be Saga Dede, when the Mountain Lions they don't ever come out, go attack CDC. Never. Never. Superman, he did it. When they don't ever go attack him, never. Their goal now for attack and fight the ADF for disrupt the liberation. Yesterday, the Mountain Lions, they arrest ADF commander for the state of Fako, Brigadier General Small Pikin, Captain Small Pikin. They arrest him. They under their keeping. They don't torture ye. And the one for dismantle the ADF camp and collect all their weapons. For the sole purpose for surrender Fako back to the Cameroon occupation forces and the Cameroon government. I want to make you understand there are many ways where Cameroon they take and for fight this war. So Sagat, the 650 million we una agents and una collect them. What you don't do for you today, Sagat? What you don't do for una today? What you don't do for Sako and Fombard and the rest? 650 million CFA cash. What you don't do for una? The entire people of Fako that is still suffer under the occupation of Cameroon. All the villages, their conditions they never change. No community for the condition don't change because una collect 650 million from Cameroon government. And una continue for collect money since then. 11 February one come, una collect money. Nations Cup one come, una collect money. The people of Fako they still suffer just like all the people of Ambazonia. There is no village of Fako where they be free. Any person is still pay the price of the occupation. So my brother Sagat and the people and the forces of Mountain Lions, we not fit do this thing for a short period of time. The only people who they give shame into now for ourselves and the people of Fako. Now the only people that we they give shame to. You pick up gun, you say you want to fight la Republic du Cameroon. You turn up for become a collector of bribe. And you leave them. The place where you did now you get the highest level of Cameroon occupation activity for Ambazonia. So my brother, shame the do now. For broad daylight so, we are supposed to be ashamed of ourselves. For say we are the fight under Ambazonia. But we are block. Now the weakest block when it's Ambazonia. All Cameroon government activity, they go on for Fako 100%. You did it. So my brother, the biggest shame that you wanna carry on. The biggest shame for this liberation struggle, now Mountain Lions. Now wanna carry on for una head. So if you want to be a hero, you know go be a hero for the attack, what you wanna call and say sister forces. For disarm them, for weaken them, for your own self-interest, for be a monopoly of power for inside Fako, so that all the bribery money now they collect them, and then Cameroon continue for reinstitute the occupation for Ambazonia. Shamefully do now. Not be for inside Fako, the key small picking for middle of street. Shame ni do now. The suffering of una own mami them. Shame ni do now. So fellow Ambazonians, now some of the obstacles in this, where people that they take a blessing, they turn them into a curse. Now some of those things in this, when people they stand say they want to fight for something, and then they tend to use that thing for sabotage and destroy themselves. Now some of the tendencies than this, where people make themselves become a curse to themselves. They become a punishment and a pain to their own destiny. Would it bring una all this information? Now make una understand the games where they use una liberation, the plan. Una call these people out. Una call Mountain Lions into order. Una call them for give up their bad ways. Secondly, there is no amount of bribery. There's no amount of corruption. There's no amount of money where any person it go take them, where it go stop the Ambazonian liberation struggle. Una the waste una time. Una fit kill small pikin. Una disarm all ADF forces. Una take their gun them. Una no go still stop. Now no go fit still stop the Ambazonian people, their quest for freedom. Sagad una no fit. Because you no fit stop wetin God don already design am for be. You no fit. As a human being, you no fit. Now you go pay the price for violating wetin supposed to be. Una hear what I tell una? Any person who thinks if it disrupt the Ambazonian liberation struggle, now you go pay the price. Now you go pay the price. You know if it disrupt and go against the will of the collective spirit of a people. You know fit. If you try for counter what it already be, now you yourself go pay the price. At the end, when I go pay a price. At the end, una go pay a price. Una either change una ways or una go pay a price. Any person for the book where they call and say the Bible, where he end up for being an obstacle, either to themselves, to their communities, or to their people, that person end up for pay a price. Now two characters they did for the Bible. Two. One, they call them warnings, and the other they call them examples. Now two, you got for choose. You want to be a curse to your society or you want to be a blessing to your people. Sagad. You got for choose. You want to be an impediment to Ambazonian freedom or you want to be the vehicle of liberation. Now you got for choose. If you choose to be an obstacle, you go pay a price. If you choose to be a vehicle for the liberation and the freedom of the people, then you go be honored. Now, law. You know if you stand against the will of the collective. You know fit. Cameroon don't triumph, they not succeed. Paul Biya don't triumph. When I don't see how Paul Biya don't end up, it don't decrease. The Cameroon state, when I don't see the price where Cameroon state pay because of the crimes they don't commit among the Ambazonian people. You know if you stand against their people, their collective desire. You know fit. So either una change or una go pay a price. If not today, someday. No me adi talk am, na just natural law. Na just natural law, Sagad. Change. Sagad, una change. Mountain lions, una change. Ambazonia go be free. The people that did record all these events. Justice go be one day. They might guarantee una something. When Cameroon use you, they must dump you. The day way as Cameroon knows say the end times for Cameroon occupation will come. Now una do go take them out first. I repeat them. How intelligence work? How intelligence work? Once they don't use you for do their dirty jobs, for them for clean their record, they must take you out. So Sagad, una be prepared. Cameroon will take all una out as the end times come. Once you get into the dirty game, they must clean their record. So una first hand way una don't go put her inside, na go so can't chop una. Na so intelligence you always work. Na so intelligence you always work. If you look at all the forces they don't use them for down day, for their dirty jobs. At the end, they always find a way for take them out. Na just small warning I give now. Na just small warning. Una no fit stop the people, their progress. Una no fit stop the Ambazonian liberation. All the people that don't collect the money today, who's are they? All the educators them, all the noise makers. Who's are they today? Natural law day, my people them. Nature get laws. If you violate the laws of nature, you go pay a price. It is like gravity. Violate the laws of gravity, you will see what will happen for you. Nature get laws. Honor those laws you will prosper. You disobey those laws, you will be a curse to yourself. You will suffer for this life, as they call it, damnation. You will pay the price. So, Ambazonian shake no day. Now the same thing that they do for that site, for they don't kill the forces, what they call them, say AROF, for Manu. They don't kill another 3 people them for the village where they call and say Bache, for near Kesham, for inside, for the southern part of Akwaya. Just about 1 hour away from Manfi. 3 days ago, the ARF forces them, they go for the village of Bache, they kill 3 Ambazonians, and they burn the chief Ipales. All a part of the game for disrupt Ambazonia. For inside those areas, in the last 3 months, these ARF forces, they don't kill a combined of about 100 Ambazonian civilians. All now for cost the people them. Now for use internal counter-terrorism tactics. For cost all the people them. For no one hear anything amber. Now the reason this way that they do these things, because of these loose groups them, the Cameroon military don't infiltrate and take over these loose groups them. Now the Cameroon military, they use these AROF loose forces for commit those crimes in order for push all those communities, make them wash their hand, so that every time some person talks to Ambazonia, they know no man no one hear them. Now the reason this way that they use these loose forces for commit atrocities on our people in order for turn the people against the Ambazonian liberation struggle. We don't understand the game. Just like they use mountain lions today for disrupt Fako. Now the reason that they think this way, the Cameroon government, it use all these loose forces where they no one put themselves under direct political movements, but they claim for be independent forces. So the Cameroon military intelligence will take them over, it will use them for give an impression. Say these forces them, they are that they only go now after the communities. I want to assure the people of Anyang, and I want to assure the people of Bache, not be now Ambazonian fighters that they do this thing. Now Cameroon military intelligence, where they enter, infiltrate these loose forces. Now Cameroon government, they commit these crimes using this name AROF. Because no man own AROF forces. Now loose groups. Now the Cameroon military intelligence, they kill Ambazonians, not be Ambazonian forces. They only use this loose group them as a cover for commit those crimes, for give the Ambazonian people the way they don't stand for acts for their freedom, for acts for their human rights, for acts for their sovereignty, for give them a bitter taste. So that the people they will talk, say, if not the way with that way, if not the way with the freedom will come and no want that. Now the goodies of the enemy, now the goodies of the occupier, for make you get a negative association about the liberation struggle. For make you hate the conduct of the liberation struggle, because you go conclude and say, if not so that thing will be, then what will be the need of the fight? Because you go conclude for your mind, say if the process or the path to liberation, if not so it is, then you go conclude and for your mind say, imagine how the state will be if not so they would want to take them, they treat we. Then you go be worse than Cameroon. Then you go rather choose Cameroon than for live like this. But I want to assure all now Cameroon they do these things, not be Ambazonians. All the people they don't kill them from Obonyi, all the people they don't kill them across Ambazonians. Not be now these loose forces that they deliberately do. But now these loose forces, Cameroon government, they enter inside them and use them for commit these atrocities. So I want the appeal for the people of Bache, we understand the pain and the loss. We share them always. The men will understand the tactics of the enemy, of a desperate enemy, we know say nothing win a people. We appeal for una. We extend our condolences and our compassion. We feel una pain. We understand the level of anger we feel be inside una. Una rise up for stand for something. Una don't sacrifice a lot, just like all we. It be very painful. It will come to an end. Cameroon don't be defeated. That's why they go down and through these forces. The Cameroon government don't acknowledge and say they not fit fight and they not fit win this war. So they are going on and for tend the population. But they don't want the liberation struggle. With the appeal for calm, appeal for understanding. I hope that somehow, some way, this message will reach una. We will heal from all this pain. At the end, Ambazonia will rise. We will rebuild as a people. We will rebuild as a community. It not be easy for end an occupation we live on the blood of our people. They belong to commit this crime since 1961. Because during those times, we'll be there for darkness. We'll not be fit for communicate to the outside world. Cameroon, their crimes are Ambazonia. When they happen for one community, the other communities, they know what it don't happen. And it got to remain like that. Today, because of digital technology, they not feel hide for their crimes. Paul Bia, when I declare this war on the Ambazonian people, then I go bear the responsibility for all the number of Ambazonians who they don't kill them. For 2020 and for April 2022, for Canada, the government of Canada, it began a hearing about this conflict. It began a hearing. And for the government of Canada, it be talks, they say, it will come a time where they go rally the international community for send a fact-finding mission into Ambazonia. For go make an assessment of all the atrocities and the destruction will don't take place. It's still there for book. This one for April for 2000 for April for 2020 and 21. April for 2021. So make you understand. The world watch. The world keep an eye. Paul Bia, even before he want die, he go pay the price for all what people don't kill him. Now he declared this war. Now he be personally responsible for all the crimes and the people don't kill him from Amazonia. Now Diongute, the second chief in command of the Cameroon terrorist forces, now they be directly responsible for all these things. So why would he go through a lot of pain for clean our land from Cameroon terrorism? Would he appeal for our people then? Especially the people of Bachao, they be the latest victim for Paul Bia engineered genocide on our people then. Would he appeal on her for understanding and for calm? As a people will go heal, as a people will go rebuild. Alright? I want to assure our people then. The Ambazonia Governing Council, a goal they create and for liberate Ambazonia. The leader a goal from day one, and for how we feel work together. We believe, say, if our people they work together genuinely, all man come on the table as equal. No money they come like say I be government over this person. Would they come on the table as equal based on our collective survival? For put the interest of our people first the interest of the land first. We dey come in as people them, as representatives of the people, for work on an equal platform, for shape the way we fit give our people them wetin they ask for. The governing council of Ambazonia, na a priority that for unite our people them under a transparent process. We go give you clean collaboration, clean, structured collaboration, so that all we will focus our energy on the liberation. Now I hope that, now I wish that for the egg of sea. Even though the egg of sea get, as the world don't talk am, based on October 1, 2021, October 1, 2022, and what it just passed now. The assessment, the egg of sin are the most consequential movement because of its strategy, because now they declare the armed resistance, now then they build the biggest force, where they get forces for 8 states, now then they be the most consequential movement. But it don't make the egg of sea talk say, because na me, I be the most consequential movement, now I must be on top of everybody. The egg of sea still talks say, look, make all we come together and work together. Over the last 3 months, especially, the leader don't get 22 meetings. Some of these meetings, they be physical, some they be virtual. 22 meetings, all for make sure say we start to work together. So we the work together. We the work together. The last 3 months, they don't do incredible work for the collective interest of Ambazonia. For the movements where the egg of sea and those movements, they don't identify them. Say if these people, they come together, they start to work together, it go advance way forward. We don't achieve a lot of progress over the last 3 months. But not only the leader and the other leaders, them, they go come for can tell we now the achievements we will not achieve them for our people them over the last 3 months, because we decide we'll come together, work together, solve problem. It be easy, it not be easy. It be very difficult. But that's why it take part of leadership not been an easy process. We go continue for work as a people, for bring everybody together. But make one thing, make it be clear. The egg of sin not believe for shortcuts. The egg of sin not believe for manipulation. We must deliver a clean, transparent process where guarantee post-independence political stability for our people then. For equal participation for the new state. No deception, no manipulation. The goal of the liberation now for clean ourselves from Cameroon, their manipulation and their deception, and deliver to the Ambazonian people then a clean state. We go get clean democracy based on the argument of merit and substance. So when I be rest assured, why would we face these small problems? Would he also make enormous progress? The leader need to sleep for make sure say we work as one. Now 3 days ago, our brother, Comrade John Bakoro, he can't talk for una on behalf of the leaders. They elect one person, make he can address the Ambazonian people them on behalf of the leaders. So when I feel trust this leadership, we carry the people their burden for our shoulders. We know we fail Ambazonians. We go work with others for create a process and processes where they guarantee the freedom of our people them, the independence of our country, and the sovereignty of our land. When I feel be rest assured. Everything we do, number one, this thing will give you freedom. This thing will give our people them independence. this thing will give our people them sovereignty? If the answer is no, then we'll take them out. Even if they call we for go for some place, we must answer those questions. This place we don't call we go there. The talk it go advance our people them, or it go pull we backward. If the answer and say it go pull we backward, we need to go. If we make the assessment, say this place we don't call we more go she don't talk. It go move we forward, it go take our case forward, and it go bring we to a better place. And so we make our judgments. The Charter of AGOVC is spelled clearly out the purpose and the mission of the Ambazonian Governing Council. When I feel count on it, when I feel trust on it, the track record of the organization, both in terms of what they build them for ground and in terms of out here, if you give them the assurance. And for all other movements, we have no need for fear AGOVC. We have no need for the spend one time for the tarnish the image and the reputation of AGOVC for things that we have to advance on ourselves. Focus on La République du Cameroun. If you get anything for offer and for Ambazonia, offer that thing for Ambazonia. And if you get something better than what AGOVC be, than what AGOVC don't create them, bring them to the Ambazonian people genuinely. Show them, offer them for them. They will follow you. But so far since 2016, there is nothing. There is no movement. There is no force. There is no structure. We don't even come 25% to what the Ambazonian Governing Council is. If any movement, it get any value for Guian for Ambazonia, offer them to the Ambazonian people, they will follow you. Where people they be smart, where people they be intelligent. If you have something better than the AGOVC, bring them to the table. If you get any force, will be better than the structure of Ambazonia Defense Forces. Not be all we for don't see them. So make one not begin to hide for this smear campaign, for these attacks. Now not begin to hide behind it. If we really get a nationalistic idea, ideology, a vision, a platform, a strategy, an action plan for the liberation, we not bring them to the table. The Ambazonian people go analyze them, they go look them, they go look into it, and if it be better than what the AGOVC they offer them now, they go follow you. But so far, there's nobody, there's nothing, and there's no one. We don't offer anything. We be close to 25% of the vision, the strategy, and the roadmap, and the leadership of the Ambazonian Governing Council. So we will be bound by the nature of our people then for work together. Now the thing is they call us leadership. We want to build a society will be inclusive. Because we know the consequences of a divided society. We know the consequences of how the enemy it will try to use the perception of division. We know the consequences, say, if a people do not be united, they not work in purpose. We know the consequences for the post-independence political instability and terrorism on the people there. That's why we'll be very careful. Not be say General Efang enough he deployed the Akamatsu Special Forces for enter inside Fako and take out Sagat and the Mountain Lions. We fit do am. Sagat make a tell you something. We fit send the Akamatsu Special Forces into Fako and take you out and take out the entire Mountain Lions for inside Fako. We'll get the capacity, we'll get the capabilities to do it. We are not stupid. We are not taken for granted. Now because we know the consequences of that action to the international community and to Ambazonians. will know the consequences for take that dangerous action against forces where they claim say they be Ambazonian forces. We know the damages to the liberation. If we fit be as rogue as una be, but because of the people, we need to take reckless actions because we know the damaging consequences to the future of Ambazonia. And we know the perception, the negative perception, and the negativity we go send them to the international community. So Sagat not think it will be stupid. It be very easy for we for behave the way when I behave. But because we carry the responsibility of the liberation, we'll be very careful. We'll be very measured. Now the thing this will make egg of sea, it give the egg of sea the leadership stability. If he take in a 1 second for the commander-in-chief or instruct the general for dispatch the special forces, for send 50 to 100 special forces into Fako, and within the next 24 hours, we will deploy those forces into Fako. And when I go, yes, they don't take Sagat down. They don't take this person down. And we talk so we don't disarm them, take all their guns. But to what it could be the consequences, at what cost to the freedom of Ambazonia? At what cost? What it could be the impact in the image of our struggle. So, fellow Ambazonians, will not be stupid. Will be a measured leader. Will they do things then? Will they measure all the things that what they do? Oh, now hold on. Will they measure our actions? If we know say we'll get negative consequences on our population, we know say a whole captain, if they under their custody, we know say they don't torture you. But will they exercise restraint for not fall into the trap of the enemy? Will they exercise restraint because the thing that leadership require them? When people they do stupid acts of provocation for destroy the liberation, because that the goal that of the enemy for push you for take wrong actions, where they will destroy the liberation. When you get a stable leadership, we go swallow the pain. We will pay the price with discipline. We no go fall into a trap. We know what we stand for. We know what we fight for. We no fall into that trap. The time go reach. All these things will stop. We follow them very carefully. We monitor every move. We understand the game of the enemy. We'll be Ambazonians. We'll be smart. We'll be wise. We be egg of sea. We hold the key to the Ambazonian liberation and the Ambazonian nationalism. The leader will talk on in due time, when it be necessary. Una leaders will talk on. For now, una be rest assured. She shake in no day. The enemy if he go up, it come down. CAMEROUN, their presence on Ambazonia don't end. Now, na shame they do them. For even come for us, I can't talk them. Shame they do them. For can't admit. But for the international community, they don't admit them. Una go here. Man, leave them for here. Una get yourself a good night. May God bless all una. May God keep una safe. Una stay strong. Oh, before I go, una remember, na self-defense don't bring with this far. Una continue for mobilize. Every community, every diaspora community, every community organization, una mobilize. We dey for critical time, na 2023 this. We must end Cameroon their occupation for 2023. A decision we all we need for make. We need for make and say we must end the suffering of our people. By the way, I talk for a brother we come out Bokilan, he there for Nigeria today. Our people that suffer for refugee camps. They show me video. I see video, you see mommy them. They don't turn like that as all will be the grow up. You see people where they be the run Ethiopian war. By the time they want work inside bush, forest, desert, they can't reach Ambazonian. They don't turn like skeletons. Some Ambazonians, they don't turn like skeletons. Those Ethiopians, they will be see the way they be dry, so like they don't dry like stick for dry season. I see video of Ambazonians. Their conditions for refugee camps. Our people that suffer. So make we work harder, make we put more effort, make we be more committed for and everything about Cameroon for our land, so that our refugees if start come back. Our land be blessed, we get plenty chop, our people no need for suffer for foreign land as refugees. We need for create conditions where they be stable, liberated communities. We will start to move these refugees when they come in. The leader don't launch a series of programs for AK projects where they first start to give the answers to these problems, solutions to these problems. For a lot of the places where they don't liberate them, when I see how life they go on. Tomorrow, in fact, I go bring one videos for which were the Egg of Sea Transition Authority. When they see how communities they already start to rebuild themselves, mami they dig roads because those communities now they be safe. Mami they dig roads for start the economic development of Ambazonia. That's so mami they sing that they dig roads. Tomorrow I go bring one some of those videos of the implementation of the liberation of the independence on the ground for liberated communities. Now good times. But we need to do more for other communities, especially for Manu. For make sure say we stop all these killings of Ambazonian civilians by the Cameroon infiltrated military. So we need to do more as a people. We want to help and we want to focus. We do one. We make 2023 the year of promise for Ambazonia. Now the direction this will go. All right. So make una commit ourselves for the armed resistance. Una commit for buy una AK. Make every family contribute money for buy an AK. If we do them this year, we put enough AKs on the ground. As I don't talk, I'm just out of my own estimate. If we put another 500 AKs on the ground, Cameroon will pack out 500. I don't know what will be the final assessment between the general and the leader, but now they will make that movement. But if we put, just imagine, we put 500 AKs in the hands of trained special forces. 500. Waiting will be the ground. So, when I take pride for how far we don't come, sometimes some of these things, when they come out, they feel make we will feel discouraged. But when I not feel discouraged, we do great. We do great. Make small irritations. They don't make we will lose sight of the purpose and what we fight for. All right? So when I take care, we talk for una tomorrow. When I feel reach out for me or when I get my phone number, when I take care. May God bless una. Shake, day. Good night.